watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Happening now at 6, covering the entire DMV. A 10-year-old shot in the district. What do we know about that child's condition and what happened as young people are increasingly impacted by gun violence? And remembering the fallen, tonight's prayer event for the Virginia firefighter killed after that home explosion. A live report. And changes to your commute, where speed limits are changing in Maryland. The Fairfax County road closure incoming, and Metro's holiday schedule shift for President's Day. We're tracking it all.
And today was just on cue, as it was sunny and a bit breezy, as I mentioned last night. It would be. Well, what's in store for us tonight? Another chilly evening. We'll talk about how low the thermometer gets and what to expect to start a new work week. Coming up.
Thank you, Scott, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6 this Sunday evening. I'm Ben Dennis. In Montgomery County, fire and EMS say that 7 people are without a home after a house fire in Rockville. You can see the video of that scene right there. Officials responded to the fire around 2:15 p.m. on Treasure Oak Court off of the Wooten Parkway. Officials say they believe the fire broke out in the home's garage. They are also reporting significant damage to the home as well as several cars. In the district, D.C. police found a 10-year-old shot near the intersection of 13th and Congress Street in Southeast. Police responded to reports of gunshots in the area around 8:30 last night. The child taken to a hospital, thankfully expected to be okay. Police say that they believe the child was caught in the middle of 2 people shooting at each other.
Devastating, continues to be devastating anytime anyone's hurt in D.C., especially shot. But more so that we continue to use firearms as a means of resolving conflict. So again, as we continue to say, please put the guns down.
Police have not identified a suspect or any suspects in this case. Anyone with information is asked to call police. DC Fire and EMS say that 1 person has died after this house fire we told you first yesterday in Northwest. Officials responded to the scene around 9 o'clock last night on Rock Creek Church Road. Officials say that the fire started on the 2nd floor of the 3-floor row home, quickly spread to the 3rd floor. No other injuries reported from any other people, but 7 other people were displaced from that fire. And our focus turns to the Commonwealth, where our community remains in mourning tonight, no doubt, after Friday night's death of a firefighter while in the line of duty. 45-year-old Trevor Brown perished in that house explosion in Sterling. DC News Now's Dave Laval joins us live from Sterling. Community to Christ Redemption Church, Redeemer Church, which is honoring Brown as we speak. Dave, tell us more.
Good evening to you, Ben. Mass started here about 30 minutes ago. However, this service is not just for church parishioners. Trevor Brown and other firefighters responded to a gas leak along Silver Ridge Drive Friday night. They found a leaking 500-gallon underground propane tank, which exploded about 30 minutes later. Brown died at the scene while 13 others, mostly firefighters, were injured. Trevor Brown did not go to this church, but this is where people are gathering to remember him. The bishop of the Latin Church Diocese of Arlington, which oversees this church, told us just a few moments ago it just seemed right to open the doors here to anyone, regardless of their faith.
When we feel alone, it is easy to despair. When we're together, we know that we're not going through this alone. It's still hard, it's still a tragedy, it's still difficult, but we don't have to carry the weight alone. We can help each other carry, and that makes all the difference.
Some encouraging words from the bishop there. This Mass is scheduled to end at 6:30, about 30 minutes from now. Coming up on our later newscast, we'll talk with parishioners about why they felt it was important to be here this evening. We're live in Sterling. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Our thanks to Dave tonight. Your time is 6:04. Over to your weather now. A live look outside. It is a beautiful evening as the sun is setting over Northern Virginia and Roslyn right there. Scott Sumner standing by with a check on that forecast. Scott, you teased a little bit of information at the top of the newscast. Give us some answers.
All right, well, we'll do our best here, Ben. 45 degrees and clear skies outside right now. It was a delightful afternoon, even if you did step out. It was a bit breezy at times. You know, it felt a little bit better than yesterday, that's for sure. I know that for a fact. You know, yesterday was just brutally cold coming off that snow, but we're looking now at wind speeds roughly under 20 miles an hour, although Woodstock, Kaiser, and Cumberland are also or above that mark here, and ranging between 25 and 30 miles an hour. So it's making it feel a little bit chillier out towards the mountains. The Feels Like Planner here doesn't feel too bad. 6 p.m., 41 degrees or roughly around that mark. But then we get down only about 4 hours later to around the freezing mark, and we'll continue to see those temperatures slide, or what it feels like sliding across the region as we go throughout the evening hours. Now, if you're planning on walking, Fido, I haven't shown this graphic in a while there, 30s and 40s, clear skies are being seen. And what about the weather headlines? Sunny start to the week, temperatures moderating slowly. Showers return late week, and we're looking dry next weekend. We'll break it down for you like I always do with that 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit. Ben?
Looking forward to it, Scott. Thank you. A heads up to commuters in Maryland. The State Highway Administration is lowering the speed limit along a 2-mile stretch of road in Frederick known as the Golden Mile. That stretch is on US 40 between 15 and Old Camp Road. The speed limit in that area coming down to 35 miles an hour from 45 miles an hour. Maryland's SHA says that there's hundreds of businesses along this section of road, and about 45,000 to 120,000 cars drive that road every single day. The new 35-mile-per-hour speed limit signs are being installed. In Fairfax County, a part of Stringfellow Road will be closed in both directions until tomorrow. According to Virginia's Department of Transportation, that stretch between Route 29 and Centerville Farms Road is shut down to install a water main. That'll last until 5 p.m. tomorrow. And for Metro riders, some trains and buses will be running on a different schedule for President's Day tomorrow. All Metro rail lines except the Red Line will run on their weekend schedule. Red Line trains will be single tracking between Van Ness and Friendship Heights, running every 18 minutes between Glenmont and Shady Grove. Metro buses, they'll run on a Saturday schedule. And DC News Now is continuing to honor Black History this month. A program in Prince William County is helping young men of color realize their full potential. DC News Now's Haley Mylon spoke with the organizer who's using his former computer science career to steer young kids into leaders.
I would like to go into engineering because I would like to do something with my hands.
I want to go into biochemistry or software engineering.
I want to go into data analytics or something in statistics.
My career goal is to get into cybersecurity as like a network engineer.
Big dreams and bright futures. For the Young Men in the Future Kings program, the sky's the limit.
So if they could see a successful career person, that maybe they want to be a successful career person.
When Eric King left his software engineering career, he knew he wanted to give young men of color the chance to build strong careers and great lives. The nonprofit gives boys in grades 6 through 12 the chance to get hands-on in fields such as science, technology, engineering, and math.
Our program services boys who are labeled special needs during the school day, as well as boys who are labeled as talented and gifted in the program. And when you see them working on a project together, you can't tell who is special needs and who is advanced.
Playing to students' strengths in a number of ways, bringing out the best in each of them. Programs include cybersecurity, game design, biomedical sciences, and engineering. Each one of them offering incredible opportunities to work in professional lab settings.
We do many different things inside the lab, like pipetting, running gels, electrophoresis, PCR, just many things that if I wasn't in Future Kings, I wouldn't have been able to, I seriously wouldn't have even heard of the terms.
Those experiences open up more doors. Joshua Tamaclo is an alum of the program, while his little brother George is still in high school. Joshua is now at the University of Pittsburgh, filled with gratitude for Future Kings.
That exposure has allowed me to get a research opportunity at Pittsburgh with UPMC, so I'm very grateful to the Future Kings program.
The program produces all kinds of students and professionals.
We have students who have gone to Yale in neurosciences, and we have students who go to Norfolk State and Virginia State and Hampton as HBCUs. But then we also have guys who went into the workforce, and we have guys who go directly into the military.
No matter what a Future King does career-wise, the goal is the same.
We want you to be ready to be lifelong learners, and we want to use your time in Future Kings as a way to prepare you for life after high school.
In Prince William County, I'm Haley Mylon, DC News Now.